Last week, I read it in a newspaper. A mother and a child coming back from the hospital to the home. The father was so frustrated that it was a baby girl. And he waited for a moment when the train was passing through a field on a big bridge. He kicked both of them out of the train.
Radhika, barely 2 months old and incredibly lucky. Her father and uncle tried to bury her alive, sacrificing her.
19-year-old Reshma Banu stares at the tiny screen on her cell phone. This is the only place she can see her baby girl alive and well. 3-month-old Afreen died in the hospital with cigarette burns, bites, and a dislocated neck. Her own father killed her. Why? Because Afreen happened to be born a girl.
It has been recently stated by the UN that India has been considered as one of the dangerous places for female infants to survive. It is said in the statistics for almost every 122 children dying in India, there is only one male child dying. And there cannot be a natural reason for that. Many female child below the age of 1 are being murdered, they have been thrown out, or many girl babies are sacrificed even in the temples. Many families consider it to be a shame for them to have a female. Many fathers are frustrated by having a female baby because especially in India we have this dowry system. When a girl becomes mature and when she has to be married, the father of the girl has to pay a huge amount of money to the boy's family. It makes it a very big burden. The mothers who give birth to them, they reject them in the hospitals. They don't want to take them back home. Because if a mother would take back a female child to her home, she might even be rejected by her own husband and her in-laws. So many babies are left behind in the hospital. So many of them are taken out from the hospital and thrown into garbage areas, thrown into railway tracks, thrown into abandoned places. Most of the time, this child is being identified by people who can do anything for their selfish desire. And so these children are picked up by these people and they are sold into the market for organs. They are sold into market for different purposes. Now, as an organization, as we rescue these children, legally we become the guardians of these children. What we are doing is to right now look for foster parents, people who can take in a child because they feel in their heart that they are responsible for the society. We are looking for families who are Dalit families. They are deprived and discriminated by the higher castes in India. There is no place for them in the society. They can never own a piece of land. They can never get an education. Now, we are making a revolution here. We are bringing a female baby who is forgotten, rejected by the society, and giving it a family. And on the other hand, the family that takes in this child, they get a land, a piece of land, where they can grow their crops, their rice, their vegetables, or even their animals. And this piece of land will be their workplace. They just come here to work and to do the farming. And we make a standing commitment of 20 years with each family. In that time of 20 years, they can already make a reasonable amount of income. They can have a good education given to their children. They can have a proper home built for them. And that's what we are dreaming about, that this will be the end of the story of poverty. Now, to see them suddenly as owners of a piece of land is a huge transformation. We are glad we can bring this revolution, but there is a lot of danger that there can be an aggressive reaction from the higher caste people towards these low caste people. Because we are doing this project, the government is appreciating us by the fact this land is owned by the organization. And so if there is at cost any danger coming to these families in ways of aggressive reactions, always the police and the government will be there to protect them. Well, when we look at the area of benefit for the child that is rescued from the street, The child gets to grow in a normal, natural setup with a father, and a mother, and a brother, and a sister, just like it should be for a child. Because we have given the child, it does not separate us from the family. We are continuously connected to the child and to the family. Throughout the year, we watch over the family and we assist them, we correct them, we help them, and we are 24 hours actually watching over these families through our volunteers who are working in the organization. We have found this most economical way to make the most out of the little. Per piece of land, per child, it costs 1,200 euros. And every month we support this child with 10 euros for the family to take care of her education, her medication, her food, and etc. And if we could have 2 million euros, we can actually make this place available for 1,500 baby girls to have their future safe. That means it's a miracle that is unimaginable. So if you could help us in any way and give a child a family and the family a future.